20% off your entire order. Flies.com. Promo code LEN. Rules and restrictions apply.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. How would you like a second source of income without having to work a second job? Maybe it sounds too good to be true. Well, my good friends at Online Trading Academy can show you how to do it every single day. Now, they have a patented course strategy that can help you learn how to follow what the big banks on Wall Street are doing and how profits are being made when the market goes up and even when it goes down. And right now, they're offering a free Wall Street Insider Kit, so you can get started right away. You just need to text the word TRADE to 57682, 57682. You get 2 online classes, instructional videos, and a guide that will help you learn to build that second income. Now, it's all free. Text the word TRADE to 57682. 57682, and it'll even throw in 2 free tickets to an upcoming workshop so you can ask questions and learn more. The market is making all kinds of moves. Are you ready to move with it? Text the word TRADE to 57682. That's TRADE to 57682.
Message and data rates may apply. June 21st, Sales Strategy Court will host a one-day power prospecting seminar. As a seller, you'll learn how to create more sales opportunities, find the decision maker with their email, tell how to respond to rebuttals, and never be in lead deprivation again. This one-day program is comprehensive hands-on and comes from the best techniques from their 1,000+ hours of training with top tech companies in NYC. Call Sales Strategy Corp today to register for this one-day event. 347-385-8500. Space is limited. That's 347-385-8500. AWOR listeners, Joe Bartlett here. Hope you're tuning in to our weekend program, Estate Law and Probate. If you need help right now with estate law planning, or if you would like to learn more about legal strategies designed to reduce unnecessary taxes, protect your assets, avoid probate, Medicaid, or guardianship, call the law offices of Christine Thea Rubenstein at 1-800-201-LAW, or go to courtboss.com to schedule a free in-office half-hour estate planning strategy session. 1-800-201-LAW. Don't wait until it's too late to plan your estate. We've got high def, 710 WOR. You now also be heard at 104.3 FM HD2.
This is Mark Simone.
Mr. New York, 710 WOR. Well, Deborah Norville, of course, the host of Inside Edition, one of the longest-running best shows in television. It's in today on Channel 5 at noon, Channel 9 at 10:30. Deborah Norville, how you doing?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Very good. Boy, the shooting yesterday in Washington. What an event. You've been looking into the background of this shooter.
Yeah, and, you know, he's, on the surface of it, he's like so many people who are frustrated in America. And we live in a country where we can express ourselves, and we now have many more ways to do it thanks to social media. And this guy who fired on the Republican congressional baseball team yesterday, Mr. Hodgkinson has, certainly the Hodgkinson has been very vocal on social media, but there was nothing that would have given anyone a sense that he would go from ranting online to getting an automatic weapon and firing away. And I think that's what is so chilling about this. There are a lot of angles to this story, and we're trying to cover as many of them today on Inside Edition as we can. Of course, we're in Washington, and we'll stay there for the baseball game tonight, which will no doubt be the most attended congressional baseball match probably in its history, with all of the national media there as well as the folks who've been traditionally going. We've got an interview with Zach Barth. He was out in right field when the shooting happened. He got hit in his left leg. He tells about how he was running for his life. He was simultaneously texting and trying to let people know who could come and help them, that they were being fired upon, that it was an active shooter situation. He describes how everyone immediately tried to take care of the congressman, the House Whip, who was so badly hit, and how others used their belt. I think it was Mo Brooks from Alabama's belt got pulled off, and they actually used it as a tourniquet to save Zach, the congressional aide, from bleeding out there on the ball field. It's just a really harrowing experience. So we're looking at what exactly happened, and we have a pretty good sense of that. We're also looking at what's going to change now. You've got 535 members of Congress. It is unrealistic that all 535 members of Congress will have personal security detail. We can't do that. But there are changes that will happen. One would be, for instance, you don't play on the same baseball field week in, week out. You vary your routine. When there are that many congresspeople, as one of the congressmen who survived the shooting yesterday said this morning, we probably should have security in place. When there are that many of us, we live in contentious times, we have become a target.
Yeah. Capitol Police were only there because one of them was in leadership. Thank God they were there.
Because and thank God for that. As everyone has said, and no one has disagreed, it would have been a bloodbath. They would have been simply defenseless, which is really stunning and staggering. You know, kind of on a different note, we have something much more, well, if it's uplifting, but it's definitely up there. The Volendas, who have been death-defying feats for generations. There's a new Volenda who's out there doing something absolutely crazy. Nick Volenda's wife, this morning, hung from a helicopter by her teeth over Niagara Falls, doing a whole bunch of acrobatic feats. You don't see that today.
You could do that if you practiced.
No, I could not. For one thing, my teeth aren't that good.
Well, try it.
You don't like me. You want me to die.
Well, you know what? Try it over the Central Park Reservoir first. Then once you get that. So, but how does this woman, how could you even practice something like this?
Yeah, well, maybe over the Central Park Reservoir. And it's actually kind of neat is, remember when Nick Volenda did his stunt over Niagara Falls? Turns out that was 5 years ago. So it's on the 5th anniversary of her husband's stunt across the Niagara Falls.
You're going to actually show this?
Yes.
Let's hope it works.
Yeah, I think she did it this morning. If it didn't work, they would have told me. So I'm pretty sure this story has a happy ending.
Hey, Deborah Norville, what do you think about Bill Cosby? I think he's going to beat this. I think the jury's been out way too long. Lawyers tell you when they're out that long, it's because they found some doubt or something, and they keep asking to go over the 2004 testimony. I think he ends up with a hung jury, maybe.
Well, that's possible, and if that happens, then the next big question is, will the prosecution decide to take a second crack at the apple? Or in this case, it would actually be the third, since the first prosecutor more than 10 years ago said, nope, not enough evidence to go to trial.
Yeah.
You know, here's the reality. People say this and that is going on in the jury box, in the jury deliberation room. The fact of the matter is, no one knows. What we do know is that they are taking incredible pains to make sure they have a complete and total grasp of the evidence that was presented before them. And I, like everyone, desperate to know what the answer is going to be, but I am incredibly heartened to know that there are 12 men and women who are taking this responsibility as seriously as they are. And at a time when there's so many questions about our institution, I think all of us can look at that and go, well, there's something to be grateful for.
Yeah, and people have to remember, you might hear, well, there's 65 women, but in almost every case, they can't do anything legally because in their state, the statute of limitations is up on it.
And that's actually one bit of fallout that has come as a result of the groundswell of Cosby accusers coming forward. In several states, California being the first, Nevada has also followed suit. State legislatures have changed the law. The statute of limitations is now limitless in California. As of January 1st, if someone is sexually assaulted at any point in the future, when that individual is able to summon up the courage, the strength, the resilience to name their accuser and seek legal retribution, there will be no statute of limitations they'll be up against. So those who are among those roughly 50 women who say they were accused and there was no legal recourse are taking heart in the fact that they have gotten the law changed in a couple of states and the effort continues nationwide.
That's interesting. Well, everybody watch Inside Edition. Interesting show today. It's noon on Channel 5.
Right.
And Channel 9 at 10:30.
10:30 on Channel 9. Absolutely. So we'll see you this evening.
Make sure you watch. Deborah Norville, thanks for being with us.
Always my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care. And everybody check out the webpage. There's some really good stuff up there today. It's Throwback Thursday. Watch this commercial. Now, try to remember, the day before the iPhone, what was the best phone you could use? Well, watch this commercial. This is a commercial for them. They had smartphones. Before the iPhone, you could check your email, you could go online, but watch what it looked like. Watch how primitive this was. This is a commercial for the biggest, best smartphone on earth before the iPhone. And then, hey, watch this. This is Jake Tapper, who's normally a complete yutz, Mr. Fake News, when he's doing one of these commencement addresses at a college. And there's one section where he said, let me get it out of the way. Let me just give you the best advice in the world. And in like 40 seconds, he gives Every great piece of advice in the world crammed together. It's pretty good. It's up on the webpage. Oh, and also we were talking yesterday with the great producer, comedy writer, Alan Spiegel, and he said there's a TV pilot that all these producers and comedy writers, everybody's been passing around for years. They think it's the greatest TV pilot that never sold. And it starred Adam West. And he was brilliant, and it's very funny. It's written by a young Conan O'Brien and Robert Spiegel. But we found it. We got it up on the webpage. It's like 25 minutes, but when you get time to watch it, it's really good. It's the best TV pilot that never got sold for some reason. Because all this stuff is on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com. Then go over to the Mark Simone page. Or you can just go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
Now on WOR, Media Link, Inside Advertising and Media with Michael Jackson.
It's a pleasure to welcome Christine Cook, the head of advertising and partnerships at Flipboard. As the product evolves, how do you see the advertising business mature as it relates to the Flipboard model?
The business model at Flipboard has focused on creating spaces for marketing messages that complement the media instead of compete with it. The best magazines work in partnership with the advertising and literally place the ads close to relevant content. And so we took some of the essence of that and applied it to a digital and mobile world. The consumer hopefully is more open and interested and doesn't feel like it's something that's popped up or floated on top of the business.
This is Michael Jackson with Inside Advertising and Media on WOR.
Well, nothing's more important than a good night's sleep, and there's a lot of things you can do. But the most important thing is the pillow. That really changes everything. And My Pillow has changed things for 25 million Americans, including me, the President of the United States. A lot of teams put their players on a My Pillow. It really makes a difference. It'll take you a couple nights to get used to. It feels so different. It'll feel a little lumpy at first, but those lumps, that's like, it's that special patented filling. They move around and they form right to your head shape. Gives you much better support. And it makes all the difference. You fall asleep faster, you stay asleep, you don't wake up. You just be better rested. It'll take you a few nights to get used to it, but by the third or fourth night, you'll notice the difference. You've got a 60-night money-back guarantee, a 10-year warranty. Now, right now, they're doing this deal. You get a 4-pack, 2 premium My Pillows, 2 of the smaller, go anywhere, travel pillows. A 4-pack, half price, 50% off. Use the promo code WOR. That'll give you a discount. You go to mypillow.com, mypillow.com, and to get the half-price deal, use the promo code WOR.
Hi, I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I was told you could make us feel better. That's why we're here.
Everything just seems so,
Everything is about to get better, ma'am. You have a diagnosis, Brian? I have really good news. You're about to feel great. I sure hope so. You're suffering from too much junkitis.
how did we get it?
It's a common affliction, ma'am. Is there a cure? Point at something you haven't used in the past 12 months. Wow, it's gone. Try it, honey. You'll feel light as a feather.
Something I haven't used?
All you have to do is point.
I feel like I'm flying.
It's a crazy kind of freedom.
I can breathe again.
That's the sound of optimism and energy and possibilities. We work until midnight, 7 days a week, so you never have to take off work to meet us. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I'm telling you right now, I was trying to get my blood pressure regulated, okay? And like yesterday, 3 days of taking this thing, my blood pressure went back down to normal. I have been static. I ain't so happy with this stuff. It's my baby pillow.
This is the first summer that I can not have to have a steroid shot to help me to breathe.
The reason why I'm taking it because I've got FC. Once I began taking your stuff, it took a few months, but believe it or not, my liver and way down and it's normal now. It works.
The new challenge will allow you to receive 2 months
shipments of Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies free. And we'll even ship them to you free. Call now for details. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code WOR.
It's the most effective product that I've ever bought in my life, but I should have ordered it like 15 years ago.
If you're seeking reliable home care, count on Savage Home Care. Long Island's most trusted home health care agency for over 25 years. Our highly trained caregivers are fully licensed, insured, and bonded. If you're unsure that home care is right for you, we offer short-term care for free. Savage accepts most forms of insurance. Complimentary nursing visit when you sign up for 10 hours or more. To find out more, use your cell phone to call pound 250 and say the keyword home care. That's pound 250, keyword home care.
Josh Gilbert, your financial quarterback here, inviting you to join us Saturdays and Sundays at 9 a.m. If you have questions on estate planning, charitable planning, retirement income planning strategies, call my office during the week at 888-988-JOSH, 888-988-5674, 888-988-JOSH, and listen every Saturday and Sunday at 9 right here on WOR.
Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, APFS, member SIPC, LLC, WQ, APFS, and WQ are unaffiliated entities.
If your basement or crawl space smells, if you hate running a dehumidifier, then you need to hear this. There's a better way to transform those damp, musty areas into a dry, healthy environment. It's with the Wave Moisture Control Unit, which dries out the entire basement and crawl space without any buckets of water, and will save you hundreds of dollars in electricity. The Wave Unit reduces moisture, which nourishes mold, odors, and dust mites. It expels radon, combustion gases, and chemicals that cause issues, trigger asthmatic symptoms, and worse. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to have a fresher, drier, healthier home all year round. Take advantage of our huge pre-season sale going on now. All Wave units come with a 1-year money-back guarantee. Wave Home Solutions for advanced air and water technology. Call now, 888-798-WAVE, 888-798-WAVE, or visit mydryhouse.com, mydryhouse.com.
Brooklyn Window and Door features over 50 thermometer doors. Call 718-WINDOWS.
WOR and WAXQ HD2 New York.
Mr. New York, Mark Simone, The Mark Simone Show, 710 WOR.
Hey, we'll take a call. 0710 is the number. See if the phones work. 800-321. And the 0710 is the number. Fox News no longer going to use the slogan, fair and balanced. People think, what does that mean? Are they going to be fair and balanced anymore? No, it's just 20 years now. In fact, that is a long time. Every station, you change the slogan after a while. You just vote. That was actually too long to go with one slogan. And that other one through the years. What's the other one? We report, you decide. Yeah, we report, you decide. I never liked that one. Kind of didn't make any sense. They always, everybody reports. And of course, you can decide anything you want. No matter what you watch, you decide. It didn't make much. Let's try the, let's see, let's go to line 1 over there. Yes, no. Say now, this is the beginning of a civil war. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me show? Get some like hearing like hearing aids. What's a Verizon logo, wasn't it? Yeah, I did. The Verizon made sense because you can never hear anything on Verizon. Anyway, I don't think he's going to be able to hear us. What's going on? Nobody can seem to fix this problem. It's only 3 days, but we got time. We'll get it fixed at some point. Anyway, yes, we'll find this is kind of old tired.
So now they're going to trust, right?
Well, that's a good one. I like that. Trust. You know, MSNBC got some stupid slogans. That one, a place for politics. It's an all-news thing. Of course it's a place for politics. Hey, let's try one more. Let's go to Anthony. Edison. Hey, Anthony, can you hear me? Yes. We're not interested in your we'll from in there. We're not doing oh, okay. They don't really want to talk to me, so see if you can hear me.
That's really a great job. If I can remember that. And I just wanted to say that Trump's
fundraiser. We're starting to see that the Democratic Party and a bigger set of rich liars in the media, they're the party of treason, they're the party of violence.
That's like a crazy. I'm going to stop for the minute. We've got a big hour coming up, and time will lose a whole lot more. Just ahead on 710 WOR.
Len Berman and John Schmidt in the morning. And the New York Mets. 710 WOR, the voice of New York.
An iHeart radio station.
71 degrees at 11 o'clock this morning on the show. Watching President Trump lashing out at Briggs being investigated now by Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Mueller looking into whether Trump obstructed justice by saying that he hoped former FBI Director James Comey would drop the investigation of Michael Flynn.
The tweet says, quote, they made up a phony collusion with the Russian story. Found zero proof. Justice in the phony story. Nice. It's not clear who they are that Mr. Trump is referring to. The special counsel would not comment to ABC News and the Washington Post report, and lawyers from Mr. Trump are calling the story a, quote, illegal news.
Congressional baseball game, Republicans versus Democrats, with 108-year tradition. The bipartisanship. But this year's matchup at Nationals Park will take on an added significance after the attack on the GOP congressional team yesterday. The game will benefit organizations like the Washington Literacy Center and the Boston Girls Club. To pay tribute to the Capitol Police officers who saved lives during the shooting, lawmakers will now also raise money for the Fallen Officers Fund. Kenneth Moden, ABC News, the Capitol.
New York City Council wants the NYPD to publicly disclose its anti-terror tactics and what equipment it's using. Here's a response from Counterterrorism Commissioner John Miller.
That would be insane.
Advocates though say the public has the right to know how it's being watched. The father of a college student taken prisoner and then released by North Korea, breaking his silence. Otto Warmbier was returned to the U.S. this week, and his father, Fred, now blasting North Korea. And North Korea is a pariah regime. They're brutal and they're terroristic. You can't believe anything. Well, it's your choice. We don't believe anything they say. We see the results of their actions. With Warmbier thanked the Trump administration for negotiating Otto's release, criticized the Obama administration for not moving forward. Westchester County Health Department issuing a health warning for those who recently been to a restaurant in Portland. Here's WOR Scott Ringler.
Officials say an employee with hepatitis A was working at the Monteverde at Old Stone were infectious. And now Westchester health officials are urging anyone who dined at the Portland restaurant between May 31st and June 10th to contact the county health department. It's offering free treatment for hepatitis A today and tomorrow. The disease causes inflammation in the liver. I'm Scott Ringler for 710 WOR.
Jury's Will Cosby sexual assault trial beginning day 4 of deliberation. They've heard hours of testimony read back, but the jurors haven't given any indication of their close to a verdict. And residents of the Jersey Shore say they need more bathrooms at the beaches.
You practically need to bring your own porta potty to the Jersey Shore, making beachgoers wonder, what is making the ocean so warm?
That's one for general public. There isn't at all. Where do you go to the bathroom?
I can't tell you. 87% of New Jersey voters want relief, telling us FTX will the state really should require beach towns to provide bathrooms. 88% acknowledge tourism is extremely important to the state economy, but almost half have had it with way too many restrictions on public beach access. Now let's back to on 8710 WOR.
Just got up to 4 just wanted to check on our weather and Walter.
New York is looking at rent-regulated apartments may be able to freeze their rent if your rent stabilized. Lease renewal begins by September 30th, 2017. Freeze. The Rent Guidelines Board voted a 0% increase for 1-year lease renewal, a 2% increase for 2-year renewals. And if you're 62 years and older or with a disability and earn $50,000 or less, you may qualify for the NYC Rent Freeze program, and even longer freeze. Call 311 to find out. 711 for relay service, or visit nyc.gov/freeze your rent.
Corporation publishes a magazine called Cosmopolitan. I want to warn parents and all concerned adults that Cosmopolitan magazine contains pornography and hurts kids. I want you to have Cosmopolitan magazine labeled adult material see my website, CosmoHurtsKids.com. CosmoHurtsKids.com.
Our news at 11:05 brought to you today by OnlineTradingAcademy.com. Wall Street lower in the early trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 58 points. Nasdaq down 61. The S&P is down 13 points.
Sunshine will be over for the afternoon as we'll see temperatures up to 73. Clouds will again tonight. Could see a shower after midnight as our lows drop to 61. Scattered showers and thunderstorms during the day tomorrow with tomorrow's high 70. Clouds with stray showers storm on Saturday. Saturday's high up to 82. Morning Bobby this hour, 71 at WO. This report brought to you by Ace.
With a helpful hardware boat. It's also your neighborhood place for craftsmen. Now it's trusted name tools. They're here to help you find the best crafts for power and hand tools, lawnmowers, leaf blowers, storage sheds, toolboxes, and more. At Ace, the helpful place. In sports news, the Mets get 5 runs from the 9-4 last night. They host the Nationals at Citi Field tonight. Steve and Match will get the start. Our coverage on WOR begins at 6:05. Yankees lose to Anaheim 7-5 last night. 11:06 is our time now. That's the news. Next update, 11:30. Breaking news. Clemson wake up with Glenn Berman and Tosh in the morning, 6 to 10 tomorrow. I'm Joe Bartlett on 7 WOR and NBC News Radio.
Back to our demo on WOR.
Well, we love to talk about it. It's not a bad day. It's been a little fun. Now this rain for 3 days this weekend. Saturday weekend was raining. It was a good weekend, and then that was it. Let's hope not. Here's the deal. Robert Mueller leaked out. But all the talk out there about him firing him, so it's a chess game. This is a chess move. So he leaks out last night. He has his buddies leak out. He's expanded to obstruction of justice. Now it's tougher to fire him, so he's trying to block his firing with that chess move. Now, here's how it all works. There's no Russia collusion. There was never any Russia collusion. It doesn't even make any sense. He just made this up. So, is it legally obstruction of justice if you're blocking an investigation into a crime that doesn't even exist? I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think you obstruct justice if there was no crime. There's still no crime. And a question for you, Democrats. If you're going to make up a crime, just make up a crime. He was colluding with Russia. Why don't you make up something big? He was partners with Bernie Madoff. He murdered 100 people. He was colluding with China, Russia, and India. So what if you're going to just make up stuff?
Well, this sounds good.
Colluding with Russia. So now you've only added one more reason to fire Mueller.
I think that is good.
Yeah, but fire him, because I would fire him the same slowly. Fire Mueller today. I know, it wasn't all out, but what's going to happen? Well, we're going to suddenly get negative press. Oh, the Democrats, Congress might be mad at us. Well, what could happen? Fire Mueller today. He, first of all, under 2 U.S. laws, he has a conflict of interest that he should refuse to under 2 separate laws. It says you have any sort of personal relationship or political relationship with the person under investigation, you're supposed to recuse yourself. Nobody has a longer personal or political relationship with James Comey. He was Comey's mentor. They've been close friends for 20 years. Comey was his deputy for 12 years. Fire Mueller, just the fact that he didn't recuse himself tells you everything.
Well, why don't you just have the investigation get done and, everything, nothing's there. Fine, clear it up, get it over.
Well, yeah, but under the 2 separate laws, you can't have a guy doing the investigation who's close to the person being investigated. Makes no sense at all.
Well, the person being investigated is the president.
No, but that involves Comey. Comey, he's one of the, well, not the witness, but what do you call it, the 2 sides that are, he said, yeah, so obviously if you're close friends with one side, let's say the judge in the Cosby case used to work with the producer on Cosby's show as well, because obviously he has to recuse himself as the judge. So Mueller has to recuse himself as that. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2, the first 4 guys he hires are Clinton lawyers, one for the Clinton Foundation. Looks ridiculous. One of the guys he hired is a deputy he used before. They completely screwed around in the Enron case. And a lot of people thought they should face some legal sanctions for what they did in the Enron case. They also found such criminal activity, our branches that it destroyed the company. It was 8,000 people were laid off. The company had water business. And it turned out a few months after it was all over, that Arthur Anderson never did any of that stuff. And they got legally exonerated, but it was too late to save the company. It was closed and everything been fired. So that's the nutshell that brought in. He's qualified. Yeah, and on top of this, now he's leaking everywhere. Fire Mueller today. Maybe he's listening right now. Maybe there's no meeting. Fire by 5 o'clock today.
But he's certainly not happy based on his tweet this morning.
Yeah, just fire. Hey, listen, he leaked this out. Now it's expanding obstruction for justice to stop you, to scare you, to make it look tougher to fire. Just fire the guy. You're right. What worse? What bad can happen? Fire this Rod Rosenstein. He should be fired just for having a name like that. What kind of weird name is that? Anybody with the same, Rod Rosenstein. Where the first name matches the second name. Doesn't sound good. So we shouldn't have a guy named Rod in the Justice Department. Why? What kind of name is that? Like a 1960s thing. Rod Stewart, Rod Sterling, Rod. Get rid of him. So I would do that immediately. So the game has been going. It's a big softball game. These congressmen. 100 years they've been doing this on paychecks. So I assume somebody will put it on television tonight. I would think so. MSNBC, that's the kind of thing they would run, only they can't because Rachel Maddow is going to be banging away at the president, going after him all day and night. Mayor de Blasio is taking the subway. So that Mayor de Blasio is taking the subway. We were talking about this the other day. Why is he start riding the subway? He is polluting like crazy, apparently. Really believes publicly himself. Because every day, instead of going to the beautiful gym down the block, he gets to the caravan of SUVs and rides for an hour to Brooklyn and an hour back. And a lot of people were picking on him for it. And finally decided to take the subway.
He said the reason he didn't do it because it would just be cheap symbolism if he were to do it. So he doesn't want to do it now. Cheap symbolism.
And that's why I don't drive a hybrid, because it would just be cheap symbolism. And all of you listening, don't feel you have to use mass transit. Don't feel you have to conserve energy. That would just be cheap symbolism. We don't want that. So he took the subway. He saw how crowded it was. There are tremendous subway delays like never before. All of this is the fault of Governor Cuomo personally. The board has nothing to do with running the subway. That's the commission who runs it day to day. And instead of putting in serious people, he put in political axes. And the last one was a disaster. They let the whole thing fall apart.
Do you think de Blasio is setting this thing up as a sort of an election issue? Hey, you can't blame me for this.
Hey, I'll defend de Blasio on this. He's got a little input, but the key to all of this is who's the commissioner. Whenever you had a brilliant business guy CEO, Richard Ravitch or Peter Calico, as the MTA commissioner, things got done. They didn't play games. When you put in these political hacks like the last guy, those things that they're getting out of this, they don't fix it. They don't do the things that need to be done. They do the stupid things that are unnecessary. They buy new subway cars nobody needs. Things you need done are switching things, the mechanical stuff. You need the pumps to get the water out of the stations. You need fans and switching rooms. You need the signal. Nobody wants to buy those because you can't hold a press conference, hold up a subway signal. But that's what makes the trains run. And the last two guys, the top would point another commissioner. If he puts in a really top CEO to straighten this out, he can save himself. But if he puts in another political hack, you got to get that Cuomo out of office. It's just a disaster.
See his polls?
No.
30% above any Republican challenge.
Yeah, but you're making big polls. Remember with Winnipeg's the worst. Forget it. It's not even a real poll.
I think their Republican number was 23.
Yeah, it's totally rigged. That's a totally rigged poll. Winnipeg. They're a real
legitimate college poll.
College poll.
Well, we use Marist.
Again, these are student polls. Anybody that has Republicans at 23% in their sample size is ridiculous and big polls. You should normally have Republicans at 36, Democrats at 38.
Well, maybe not in New York.
out at 50%. They won't run the poll. Hey, for all last week and the week before, we were talking about the city council president. What is sitting up the speaker? Melissa Mark Liberty, she is got some crazy love for terrorists. She took this woman, Osama bin Laden, of Puerto Rico, and they had this grand marshal parade. All hell broke loose. And everybody, even Chuck Schumer pulled out, the governor pulled, everybody pulled out, so you can't honor an Osama bin Laden type of guy. He founded this big terror. He founded the Puerto Rican Al-Qaeda. They did 120 bombings. People were killed. They targeted Castro. One of the worst terrorist leaders in the world. She put him as the Grand Marshal. Everybody in the world resisted. The sponsors pulled out, so they had to drop the Grand Marshal. What did she do? She put this terrorist on her float. Yep. She's hugging and kissing the terrorist, and they're waving. The terrorist was in jail for 100 years. Obama pardoned him. Who was there to greet him when he came out of prison? Melissa Mark Liberty, hugging this Osama bin Laden type. Kissing and hugging him. So now that's over with. Now what do they do? The city council. They want to pass legislation that the NYPD has to reveal all their techniques for fighting terrorism. Isn't it crazy? What equipment they use, what techniques they use. They have to turn over to the terrorists every piece of information about terrorism. I couldn't believe that one. This is Melissa Mark Liberty. She's term limited out, so she's leaving it at the end of the year. But what kind of wacko nut job is that she wants the animal? This is her city council. She controls it. All these members are going to vote for this. They want the animal. You think I'm kidding? They want the New York City Police Department to turn over to the terrorists total details on how they fight terrorism, exactly what they do, where they station people, what equipment they use. Are people looking at their radio right now? Is this real? Yes. Yeah, it's real. Did you have that clip of John Miller? Yes, yeah. This is John Miller, who's at the NYPD. He's really the guy who's counter-terrorism guy. He sums it up in 1 second. Listen to this. That would be insane. This is Melissa Mark Liberty leading this church. First, she honors the Osama bin Laden guy, and now I agree with Miller. I can't say anything. I don't know what to say. It's just unbelievable. So, CNN. It wasn't Jake Andrews. Chris Melissa works. He's a Washington Post guy, and he's on CNN. Somebody was tweeting fake news, so he tweeted out. He put up on Twitter. He wrote to the guy. Yeah, you know what? Fake news story. CNN reported. Well, he regretted that in 1 second. The entire Twitter world, hundreds of fake news stories that CNN broadcast. Some of the major stories in the list there's thousands of fake news stories CNN got caught. By the way, the New York Times stories, the Washington Post, others all ran these fake news stories. But the list just started. Melissa did it. Let's see this. I'm going to use some of them. Comey is going to say, never told Trump he wasn't under investigation. Total fake news story they all broadcast. I'll give CNN credit. They apologized for that fake news story. It's the only one they apologized for. They ran a fake news story saying Comey was never granted more resources for the investigation. That wasn't true. Remember the fake news story CNN ran? Trump is going to live tweet during the Comey hearing, right? That never happened. Where'd they get that idea? Trump had the Martin Luther King bus removed from the Oval Office. That wasn't true. Remember the Trump fake dossier from Russia? CNN said that's absolutely true. And that was true. Comey confirmed he gave it to Trump. They said the contents were true. Oh, the contents were not true. Comey said the contents were true. Fake news story that Flynn is in there and spilling the beans on Trump that he's cooperating and revealing it. This is absolutely not true. I'll give you one of the great fake news stories. They were broadcasting Hillary absolutely 90% chance of winning. They ran this for days. Trump had no path to 270. 270 electoral votes. There's no path to well, I guess they were right. They had a path to 280 and 290. Remember there's fake news story. Donna Brazile did not give the debate questions to Hillary. They broadcast a big fake news report. Hillary never said she was for open borders in a speech. And of course, they already got 9,000 videos. That's a pretty good track record. Yeah. Oh, there was another one. Steve Mnuchin is one of the big Trump budget guys. CNN falsely reported that he had foreclosed on a widow over 27 cents. This is totally made up. They still haven't corrected this, by the way. I could go on. There's 6,000 more of these. They're still making fun of on Twitter. CNN, like, fakest fake news network ever. Hey, Oliver Stone. It's still on the website. If you want to see it, we have it up on the website. This buffoon, Oliver Stone. He's pretty good when he makes a movie like Wall Street. Platoon was a good movie. His father is a big Wall Street guy. He had been in Vietnam, so when he's on a subject he knows something about, it can be good. But when he gets onto politics, he's just an idiot. And he goes on Colbert. We have the clip from yesterday when he's talking about and he sounds so ignorant, so silly that the audience starts laughing at him. And he starts to get angry. But the New York Post had a reporter there during the taping of the show. Apparently, there's another section that had to be removed from the show just to help Oliver Stone out. He started to get into some weird anti-Semitic thing about Israel. I mean, really ugly stuff about Israel. And he said it was just cringeworthy. And Colbert kept trying to make jokes to say this, but it was too cringeworthy. And they rarely do this, but they edited that section out of the show. They just couldn't run on. Uncomfortable. They had to cut it out of the show. That's pretty interesting. I mean, I think, has there ever been, it happened once or twice with Letterman, Carson, but I can't tell me if anybody ever got so dumb they had to cut it out of the show with Colbert. I think that's the first time in over a year. So, but if you want to see part of that interview, we have it up on the webpage. Also, check out the webpage. A lot of good stuff up there today. Now, Jake Tapper making king of fake news. Now, watch this. He made a pretty good commencement speech to some college graduates. You know what? With all the different advice, he said, let me give it all to you this one first. And in like 35 seconds, the price of the world. That's actually pretty good. It's pretty useful. So we have that up on the webpage. And then, I love this commercial for Throwback Thursday. Remember the day before the iPhone, what was the phone you were using? Right before the day before the iPhone came out. Well, take a look at this commercial. This was the top smartphone in the world. And this was considered the most amazing piece of technology. This was the top smartphone the day before the iPhone. Take a look at the commercial. Oh, and also yesterday, Alan Zweigel, the great TV producer, said there's a TV pilot from 1999. It never sold, but producers, comedy writers pass it around. It's got a huge cult following. Considered the greatest TV pilot that never sold, and it starred brilliant. I still can't figure out what it did sell, but we got the pilot. We found it, and it's up on the webpage. All of it is 710WOR.com. Then you go over to the Mark Conference page. Just go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
As a home health aide, I want to join a service that cares as much about the patients as I do.
Banner Healthcare is seeking exceptional home health aid for personal care for patients in New York and Long Island. This is an amazing opportunity to start a well-paid career with benefits, a flexible schedule, and a great working environment. No certification needed. Free training available. To apply, use your cell phone to call pound 250 for the keyword home care. That's pound 250, keyword home care.
WOR listeners, Joe Martin here. Hope you're tuning in for a week's program of state law expose. If you need help right now with the state law planning, or if you would like to learn more about legal and necessary taxes, protect your assets, avoid probate, Medicaid, or guardianship, call the law offices of Christine Urbancy at 1-800-200-1-LAW, or go to courtboss.com to schedule a free in-office half-hour estate planning strategy session. 1-800-200-1-LAW. Don't wait until it's too late to plan your estate.
I forgot. The WOR movie. Introducing on credit Joe Newmeyer.
With so many wanted hot pictures this summer, this weekend's 47 meters down just takes two hot girls and takes them to the bottom of the ocean. Mandy Moore and Claire Holt play sisters vacationing in Mexico, squeeze into scuba gear and descend in a cave to shark-infested water. You know, for laughs. Then the cave breaks and the girls plummet to the sea floor. With very little air left, but nasty wounds and
sharks everywhere, they have to figure out a way to survive and get to the surface. Look, a movie like this doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It just needs to be better than Sharknado. And it is, though it's not as good as Labrador's Girl vs. Shark. This heroine is blabbing on like they're at a sorority mixer with Jaws and friends swimming nearby. The 2-star 47 meters down, the diverting thriller with very funny. WOR prevented live show fire.
If cancer treatment didn't work, call Dr. Lederman. We hit the cancer, brain, body, prostate, from 2 and 2 choices. 2 and 2 choices. Most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid accepted. Dr. Lederman, 2 and 2 choices, 38th and Broadway.
Place a Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned vehicle during the Mercedes-Benz summer event and get financing as low as 1.993% APR. Visit Ray Katina Motor Car in Edison, Ray Katina Fusion, or Ray Katina Freehold. On select models and qualified buyers.
Hey, Junior, Formula E from fully electric race series debuts in New York City. Don't miss this must-see summer event on Saturday and Sunday, July 15th and 16th, when Formula E makes their way to Vanderbilt, Brooklyn. 10 teams and 20 drivers will battle it out on the track, competing for the series championship. Enjoy a fun weekend with live entertainment, driver autograph sessions, and much more. Grab your friends and family. Come witness history in the making. Get your tickets now. Visit FIA-formulae.com/NYC. Formula E, fully electric racing, July 15th and 16th.
Are so important for our family. Our coworkers. Faulty airbag windshield replacement, towing scams, and an owner falsely claiming their car was stolen or destroyed are costly examples of auto insurance fraud. Fraud is the crime being paid for. Download our special report. Don't be a victim by visiting fraudny.com or by calling 844-FRAUD-NY.
If your basement or crawl space smells, and you ain't running a dehumidifier, then you need to hear this. There's a better way to transform those damp, musty areas into a dry, healthy environment. It's with the Wave Moisture Control Unit, which dries out the entire basement and crawl space without any buckets of water, and will save you hundreds of dollars in electricity. The Wave Unit reduces moisture, which nourishes mold, odors, and dust mites. It expels radon, combustion gases, and chemicals that cause health issues, trigger asthmatic symptoms, and worse. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to have a fresher, drier, healthier home all year round. Take advantage of our huge pre-season sale going on now. All Wave units come with a 1-year money-back guarantee. Wave Home Solutions for advanced air and water technology. Call now, 888-798-WAVE, 888-798-WAVE, or visit mydryhouse.com, mydryhouse.com.
Prices for gold, silver, diamond watches, and fine art are at an all-time high. Do you have any gold, silver, plastic, or graded coins? What about dollars and silver, Franklin mint sets, unique currency bills, old stamp collection? The world-famous Plaza Gallery is now at 110 West 57th Street, New York City, right past the Russian Tea Room. Plaza Gallery finds all gold and diamond jewelry and watches including Rolex, Judaica, and Patek Philippe at the best prices. You can bring your items to Plaza Retail Gallery at 110 West 57th Street for free appraisal. Plaza Gallery can also come to your home, bank, or office and view your items immediately. If you have any vintage, Cartier, or Buccellati, Plaza Gallery will give you the highest prices. Plaza Gallery also buys literature, memorabilia, fine art, and antiques, or sports cars prior to 1970. Basically anything of value. Call Plaza for their highest cash offer now at 212-246-2000. That's 212-246-2000. Or toll free, 1-800-772-0054. Call and cash it now for record high prices.
Do you fear aging and believe that the best of life is behind you? Hi, this is Jim Herman, host of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. I invite you to join me every Saturday night at 12:30 a.m. when I speak with some of the most inspirational and influential people. According to this week's guest, Tom Ford, aging should be cherished as a series of initiations rather than Tom teaches how we can utilize our acquired experience and maturity to things like honesty, greatness,
right before Len Berman and Todd Schmidt in the morning on 710 WOR. Clark Salon.
On the voice of New York.
710 WOR.
You're all 710 is the number. Let's go to Lois in New Jersey. Hey, Lois. Lois. Wait a minute, you have a guest on? Hey, that's my idea.
Exactly. But listen up. And then this is covered the state talk about. But listen, the bottom line is when they address Margarita, which you did, even Congress last, it becomes like, you need to have what they have, right to information. Not the crap out of it.
Let me ask you a question. What happens when you go to a library? You talk out loud? Okay. Thanks for calling, Thelma. Who like that? The other show steals my idea. Oh, celebrity guest. I invented that. Nobody thought of that before. Let's go to Bob in New York City. Hey, Bob.
You don't have to be a social scientist or a psychologist to figure out that this constant barrage of political conspiracy day after day is going to have an effect on society. It really is bad. My second point is that I think one of the cable news networks should take this idea. They should have one day where they say we're not going to talk one day about political conspiracies and actually do news that uplift
Well, yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. CNN tried that. Remember a couple of years ago, they were very, they were still always left wing, but they tried straight reporting of news stories without any analysis, any commentary. That's when they went third place with no shot there. They did decide at one point, I guess 2 years ago, religious communism, MSNBC, really anti-Trump, negative, all that stuff. And it's worked for them. They've come up with a rating. Fox still good one. You know, it's, you hear MSNBC's meeting Fox, it's all Rachel Maddow at 9 o'clock. From 5, it's been very weak. That show's got to go back to 5 o'clock, but they got to come up with a 9 o'clock show. Hannity has been doing great. He was number 1. Last night I saw the number 1 show. Struggling. It's just not improving ratings-wise. That's why Rachel Maddow is so well. No competition. Retail news. Even Marcus, they were going to try to sell it. Not try to sell it. They're going to merge it. Marcus got their own problems. Saks just laid off 2,000 people in management. Sears just laid off 400. Hey, if you live in Long Island, there's a lot of people worried about it. Like all these big chains of stores that are going out. Fairway's got stores they might be closing. Eddie Bauer, Claire's stores. These are all big chains. J. Crew, and they're all over Long Island. Kmart. They're worried about even Marcus going out in Garden City, Roosevelt Field, the Anchor store. Yeah, 9 West, maybe close. These stores are all over Long Island. Sears, Charlotte Bruce, I don't know what that is. There's stores all over Long Island. There's like 14 chains that may be closing stores. This is bad. Yeah, so a lot of malls are trying to figure out now what to do without the Anchor store. But the Anchor store, the big Saks, the big Neiman Marcus, the Anchor store, that was to bring in traffic. Now, those are the only stores not bringing in traffic. Somebody's looking at it. They're thinking of taking that Anchor store space and making the movie theaters, making the gyms, swimming pools, something. When we come back, Ed Klein will be with us, the great journalist who has got a lot to say about Comey and Mueller and all that. Coming up next on 710 WOR. Let's get the latest news. Here's Joe Barber.
Okay, Mark, President Trump says that Congressman Steve Scalise's recovery has been more difficult than people thought. Scalise remains in critical condition after being shot yesterday at a congressional baseball practice. The president says Scalise is a great fighter, and he hopes he will be okay. The president lashing out on Twitter this morning amid reports he's being investigated for possibly obstructing justice. Special counsel Robert Mueller declaring apparently broadened his investigation beyond Russia, looking now at the president. Trump called her a dummy story and the single greatest witch hunt in American political history. Mayor de Blasio is announcing a plan to create 100,000 good-paying jobs over the next decade. The mayor says he'll invest heavily in technology, producing jobs that pay at least $50,000 a year. There will also be workforce training and college and remote growth. Next updated news, breaking news and blocks. Wake up with Glenn Berman and Tosh and every morning, 6 to 10 tomorrow. I'm Joe Bartlett on 710 WOR and NBC News Radio Station.
The sunshine will take over for the afternoon as we'll see our temperatures at 73. Clouds will look back in tonight. Could see a shower of rain below 61. Scattered showers and thunderstorms during the day on Friday with a high near 70. Probably a straight shower. Saturday's high was 82. Cloudy with showers 71. Balance of nature's fruits and veggies.
I'm telling you right now, look, I was trying to get my blood pressure regulated, okay? And I guess the 3 days of taking this thing, my blood pressure went back down to normal. I am ecstatic. I am so happy with this stuff.
Is my baby girl. This was the first summer that I have not had to have a steroid shot to help me to breathe.
The reason why I'm taking it because of caffeine. Once I began taking your stuff, it took a few months, but believe it or not, my liver enzymes are way down and it's normal now. It works.
The new challenge will allow you to receive 200 nature's fruits and veggies free. And we'll even ship them to you free. Call now for details. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code WOR.
It's the most effective product that I've ever bought in my life, but I should have ordered it 15 years ago.
Hey, nothing more important than a good night's sleep, and nothing will make more of a difference than the right pillow, and there's only one. It's the fine pillow. I've been using it for years, and it really does make a difference now. It's so different. My pillow is a little harder, a little lumpier. But give it a couple nights, you'll see the difference. Problem with that soft pillow is not giving you the right support. My pillow gives you perfect support for your head, your neck, your shoulders, and after a couple nights, you'll notice you're falling asleep faster. You don't wake up, you don't toss and turn. You're better rested when you wake up. It's really made a difference. 25 million Americans are using a My Pillow. Now they're doing that deal where you get the 4-pack half price. It's 2 premium My Pillows, 2 of the smaller, go-anywhere travel My Pillows, 50% off. Use the promo code WOR. That'll pay the discount. WOR. You go to mypillow.com. Mypillow.com to get that half-price deal. Use the promo code WOR.
Hi, I'm Brian from 1-800-GOD-JUMP. I was told you could make us feel better. That's why we're here.
Everything just seems so,
Everything is about to get better, ma'am. I got really good news. You're about to feel great. I sure hope so. You're suffering from too much junkitis.
how did we get it?
It's a common affliction. Is there a cure? What is something you haven't used in the past 12 months? It's so hard. Try it. You'll feel a lot better. That's what I'm
when you use the promo code LEN. Whether it's one room or your whole home, just go to Blinds.com and use promo code LEN, L-E-N, for 20% off your entire order. Blinds.com, promo code LEN. Rules and restrictions apply. Listen to the Hey Dave Show every Sunday at 8 p.m. to hear about transportation issues and information that affect you. Taxi Dave will discuss buses, trains, planes, gas prices, recalls, ticket quotas, bike lanes. That means you'll hear the information not heard anywhere in the country from having the first perspective. See the light at the end of the tunnel and the bridges where tolls are too high. Taxi Dave Show, Sundays at 8 p.m. here on South WLO. Although AOL, a lot of people still use that email. I use the email on every different service. But you'll find a lot of people still like those AOL. Say for the most of them. And, you have to remember with that Gmail, that crazy Gmail that goes through it, they have software that reads all your email on Gmail. That's part of the deal. That's why it's free. The software reads everything you write on Gmail, and then it looks for keywords. So it sees what you're talking about. When they know if you said, if you wrote emails, you said, how much time golf for example? Well, they see that keyword golf, and they'll sell that to advertisers that have something to do with golf. Now, the only good thing about Gmail, if you want to do secret messaging with somebody and not have it ever go online, where you can be intercepted. General Petraeus actually invented this. Somebody's writing back and forth with that girlfriend. Apparently it works. If you have a Gmail account and you give the other person the password on your Gmail account, when you write an email, don't send it. Just write a draft. Just write the draft or send. Now the other person, if they've got the password, can log into the Gmail and read the draft. And then they can write you a draft back. That back and forth, it must be as a draft. That way, the communication has never gone over the internet, so it's absolutely unprotectable in the way that it's gone. Just the protecting if you need it. What happened? That's fine. It's fine. Responsibility. Oh. Got it.
blisters, which then go into tubes. And those tubes are then also marked on its own